Well, hello there everyone and welcome to today's episode of the Daily Coffee Pro. Today our subject is don't be an arsehole. Now, the conversations that we have on these episodes of the Daily Coffee Pro are usually inspired by things that have happened to me or things that I have encountered happen to other people, either in person or on social media throughout the day. And I like to draw inspiration from my own life. Today, this one in particular was very humorous. It didn't start off that way, but I wanted to share this on with you. As some of you might know, I had James Hoffman on the Map Forward podcast today, and it was an awesome conversation. Had a great time. And in preparation for that podcast, I went back and listened or watched the video that James did of the product review video that James did of Elixir. And I've only seen it once before, a couple of days after it came out, and I was really happy with it. It was a fair assessment of Elixir, the particular Elixir he had drunk. And the first time I watched it, I deliberately did not go through the comments. I learnt from my music days not to do that. But I decided to just have a tiny little peek into the comments. And lo and behold, there was a comment from somebody that I knew, and the person had used their real name in the comments, and I was quite intrigued by this. So I read the comments. I'm going to read it out to you right now, and I'm going to give you some context that if you just read this comment, you would have a very different opinion about this person's opinion if you didn't have context. So this person's response was, yeah, lol, I live in San Diego where it's from. Don't waste your time. It's a novelty. Just go and soak whole bean coffee in water, dope lo-fi hip hop. Okay, so no doubt you can all go check out who that is if you want. Please don't hassle this person. They don't deserve it. I don't bring this up to troll this person or talk shit about this person. I bring it up because it's a really great example of what today's subject is about not being an asshole and why it's important, what the pros and cons are of doing this. I want to give you guys some important context on that comment in particular. This person used to buy secret stashes of Elixir from me for $18 for a 32-ounce bottle on the regular basis. This person went on to comment on this video for a bunch of reasons, no doubt, and all of them to me are quite sad. And I feel sorry for this person because the only reason you'd go and do something like that, knowing that I'm eventually going to see it, is either to signal me myself or to become a part of a club. Like, that's clearly a dick move, writing a comment like that. And I know this person. Like I said, I used to sell them Elixir that we didn't really like, the good stuff. Like, he'd buy the Gesha stuff. There were some times that he was buying it for $30 a bottle because it was super expensive coffee. Now, why on one side of things are you virtue signaling the world, saying, oh, I want to be a part of your club, so I'm going to join in and talk shit about Elixir, when James wasn't talking shit about Elixir? James was giving a fair assessment of his experience of Elixir, and it was fair because it wasn't our best Elixir. And James's response was, it's okay. It's expensive. You should try it if you get the chance to. None of those things are incorrect. It is expensive, but it's positioned as an affordable luxury product. That my problem is not with any of that. My problem is with the fact that when given context to this particular comment, you see that this person's being an asshole. And the reason that that's a problem is not for me. Like, hey, I've had a music career that had a lot to do with Twilight fans, and they are brutal. Coffee people are more brutal, but Twilight fans are horrible as fuck. Now, I've learnt to build a thick skin, and I still have to build thicker skin. But the thing is with this, you've used your real name, which gives you some credibility, but at the same time, this is a professional thing. You have a career in the coffee industry. You're commenting on a very famous person's video about a product that's equally as famous. Everyone in the coffee world knows what Elixir is. People are going to go and read that at some point. Do you not think that somebody who may potentially be your future employer is going to see that? You can't take that off the internet. I mean, if somebody screenshots that, it's certainly not going to be fucking gone from anywhere now, given that I'm talking about it. It's not okay. Like, the thing is, and the reason I want to talk about this is because it's so easy to go on there and just be a keyboard warrior and troll people and become of the bitch fest that is Twitter and get on YouTube and say a whole bunch of stuff and, mob other people on Instagram and talk shit about people on Facebook and whatever you want to do on Snapchat. And all of these things is really great to be a keyboard warrior and do that stuff. But if you're a professional person, I want you to think about the next 20 years and what's going to happen to that content. Let's even go along the part of the fact that I'm super well known here in San Diego, and people who know that I know you, who may employ you in the future or anywhere around the world, are going to say, hey, do you know this person, and what would you consider that I should do with them? Should I hire them or not? Now, this is not the first time this has happened. It's happened a number of times before, and there are people who have not got jobs because of the way that they've treated me in the past. And I know that this has happened with the way that men have treated other men, and the way that men have treated women, and the way that women have treated men, and vice versa. When you are an asshole to people, that shit sticks. And as a professional, you need to start thinking about how that behavior is going to follow you around in your career. Because let me tell you, Jack, everybody talks. And especially everybody talks about someone who's super, super nice and professional and does a great job. And yes, you should hire them. You'd be lucky to have them on your team. But we also talk about the people who are assholes. And if we see a comment, like all of you all who go and talk shit on Scott Rayo's Instagram, I want you to realize he's a super famous dude that other people are going reading his comments. Your boss, your current boss, may be reading that you've gone and talked shit on Scott Rayo's Instagram. How do you think your boss is going to feel about that? I don't know why this is such a hard concept for people to get. I am telling you now, stop it. You are better than this. You can be better than this. And if for those people who said, I never considered that this was like trolling or this was unacceptable, you've now been told. Please become the professional that you're required to be. I'm going to be just fine no matter how many dickheads go and say this. But it's going to hurt you in the long term. If the wrong person sees it, and I promise you, people will see this. Think about what you comment and how you're contributing to the conversation every time you do write anything on social media, and bring those same rules to the conversations that you're having in real life. Don't gossip about people. Don't talk shit about people. Don't talk horrible about other brands. If you've got nothing to say, say nothing. If you've got nothing good to say, say nothing. If somebody specifically who owns a brand comes to you and asks you for your opinion, give it to them. You don't need to be going and talking shit about people and their brands for no reason, because you've got no idea how much hard work it takes to build something. If you're talking smack about something, you've got no idea, because anyone who has worked really hard to build anything learns very quickly not to talk shit about other people's hard work. So I'm going to leave it there for today. I think it's great that we can have these conversations. I appreciate how much you guys are supporting the Daily Coffee Pro. I hope you don't see these as negative. They're not negative. This is a way for us to get ideas out there, to give you something to ponder when you are either watching this or listening to it on your podcast. It helps you and it helps me check our behavior and make sure that we're constantly bringing great, professional, positive energy and vibes to everything that we're doing, because the less we're talking shit about anything, the more we're talking constructive growth in our behavior. Once again, just to mention, only a couple more podcasts I'll be talking about this on. This weekend, we have the Navigating Your Career as a Cafe Owner. Head to mapperforward.org/events to grab your ticket. If you're on the mailing list, check out the discount code that went out yesterday. We hope to see you there. Peace, love, and peanut butter, everybody. Be kind to each other and have an amazing weekend ahead.